The gate had always been his post. Rain or heat, sunrise or midnight, the guard stood tall, saluting officers as they passed through. But that morning, something was different. His uniform was pressed but faded at the edges, his boots worn, and though his salute was sharp, his eyes carried a heaviness, one that no amount of discipline could hide. Few noticed. Few ever did. Until a SEAL commander stopped his car and stepped out. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you re-watching from. I love knowing who's listening. The guard's name was Samuel, though most only called him Gate Guard. Years of service had reduced him to a face people barely remembered, a formality before their day began. But behind that steady salute lived a story he never shared. A soldier once in the thick of battle, now relegated to the edge of it, guarding the entrance while others carried the fight. He never complained, never asked for more, yet deep inside, a question gnawed at him. Had his sacrifices been forgotten? The commander, Captain Rains, noticed what others missed. His instincts, sharpened through years of leading men into impossible missions, caught the smallest details. Samuel's trembling hand, the stiffness in his salute, the way his gaze lingered too long on the passing SEAL teams heading out on assignment. It was not envy. It was something else, something deeper. Samuel tried to hide it, tried to play the part of the unshakable guard. But that morning, when Captain Rains returned from a grueling training exercise, he paused at the gate, rolled down his window, and asked the words no one else had. "What's your story, Sergeant?" The world seemed to stop. The other vehicles held still, Marines shifting uneasily in their seats, whispering among themselves. Samuel's throat tightened. He hadn't heard his old rank spoken aloud in years. He thought he'd buried that part of himself. He thought no one remembered. He was wrong. Memories came rushing back, dust storms in the desert, the pounding thud of helicopters, the screams of men under fire. He had been decorated once, not for valor in the spotlight, but for saving comrades when everything fell apart. And yet, when his body gave out before his will did, he was quietly reassigned, given a post where he could fade away. He hesitated. Should he tell the truth? Or should he stay silent, as he always had? His silence, after all, was safer. But Captain Rains's eyes were steady, patient, demanding not compliance, but honesty. "I served," Samuel finally whispered, "and I lost more than I ever thought I could. This post, it's what I have left." For a moment, the air hung heavy, the only sound the low hum of idling engines. Then something remarkable happened. The commander stepped out fully, came to attention, and returned Samuel's salute, not as a formality, but as one warrior to another. Gasps rippled through the line of waiting vehicles. Soldiers craned their necks, whispers turning into silence, then into applause. Samuel's eyes burned. He had been invisible for so long, but in that salute, in that moment of recognition, he was seen. The moral weight pressed on everyone who watched. How many others like Samuel had been quietly forgotten, holding the line with dignity but no recognition? From that day forward, things shifted. The guard shack at the base became a place soldiers stopped at, not just to show ID, but to shake a hand, to say thank you, to honor a man whose quiet service had been greater than they ever knew. Because kindness doesn't vanish. It waits, and it finds its way back. And when the sunlight struck Samuel's weathered face at dawn, as he raised his hand in salute, it wasn't just a gesture of duty anymore. It was a bridge back to the life he thought he'd lost, and a reminder that no act of service is ever truly forgotten. If this story moved you, share your thoughts below. And subscribe for more stories of courage, sacrifice, and the quiet heroes who remind us of what truly matters.